Do you know that it's very difficult to put your finger on it, because it was the same when Frank was there. You know, they went 17 games and they were great going forward, and they moved the ball quickly and they created chances and scored goals. And then it stopped, and then Frank got the bullet, and then they brought Tuchel in, and it hasn't changed in my eyes going forward. There's no difference. They're not creating any more chances or scoring any more goals than they did with Frank. So I don't see any change. I think after this amount of time, it has to be who's playing. It has to be the three he has. He has to find the best three that actually can play with each other. And to do that, he's going to have to make a decision and then give them time. Because yet again, it's a change in personnel, which is what we said about Frank. We kept giving Frank pelters, saying, look, you need to decide on a lineup and give them some time to play together. And the same thing is going on with Tuchel, and nothing's changing, because they're not creating and they're not scoring that many goals. So decide and stick with it for a bit.
They lost a bad goal today when completely against the run of play, and whether it was Azpilicueta not tucking in or Zuma just not seeing the run in behind him. You take your pick. It was probably Zuma should have had himself in a better position. But a lot of people have been talking about, Stevie was talking about goals. A lot of people have been talking about the clean sheets, right? But that's smoke and mirrors when you actually look at it. Okay, they didn't keep a clean sheet today. But you look at the teams they played, first and foremost, Wolves, with half a squad, hardly got over the halfway line. Burnley, hardly got over the halfway line and rarely do. Newcastle, hardly got over the halfway line. And then they did keep a clean sheet, if memory serves me right, against Tottenham. And guess what Tottenham don't do half the time? Attack. So they've actually played a lot of teams who spend most of the time in their own half defending. That's telling you more about why they've been keeping clean sheets, rather than this fantastic shift to three at the back and Hudson-Odoi coming in and Alonso coming in. It's been saying more about the opposition than what it's been about any Tuchel changes. He's made some changes, don't get me wrong, shaping personnel, but that's not why they've been keeping clean sheets. The opposition, attacking-wise, have been dire.
Atletico Madrid, Manchester United, Liverpool and Everton are their next 4 matches, Frank.
Now it's going to be a real test, and we're going to see, where we can put Chelsea. I'm not convinced offensively, and as Craig mentioned, I'm not convinced defensively, because right now when we tried, Mr. Tuchel tried Azpilicueta and Reece James on the right side, and I guess it doesn't work. And to answer that question on the goal they conceded, it's mostly Azpilicueta who doesn't cover Zuma. It doesn't work with Reece James, who wants to go forward when he doesn't have the ball and they don't get the ball back. So they have to work together. They really have to work defensively if they want to be very solid, and they're not right now. And as Craig mentioned, the team that they played against and they got the clean sheet are not teams who are going to go forward. So we're going to see very soon what was Chelsea, that's for sure.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.